Hey you guys, what is going on? It's Shaquan here from SLFX Trading, and in today's video, I am going to be doing a rundown of how you can create your own trading watch list every single week by color coding your watch list, sectioning off your watch list, and understanding what basically goes on your watch list. So this is going to be like a quick video, although probably later on next week I will do a full presentation on how to construct a really good trading watch list. So if you don't know what a watch list is basically the currency pairs that you trade, and then you're putting them into a system to understand what you're going to be looking at for the day or the week and the ones you're going to be focused on. Because you can have a watch list of 30 currency pairs, maybe an indice, commodity, or metal, but it doesn't mean you have to trade what's on your watch list, especially if it's not ready to be traded, right? But you got to understand when it's meant to be traded. That's why trading strategy is very important. So if you guys look on my right hand side, I have a watch list here. This is just a mock-up. So I have my symbols here, and they're very categorized, right? My United States dollar, my Australian dollars, my Swiss, my yen, my New Zealand's. And these are basically based on quotes and base currency. So if you don't know what a base or a quote currency is, a base currency is the first currency within a currency pair. For example, Euro USD, the euro comes first. That's your base currency. And then the United States dollar within Euro USD is your quote currency. It's the second currency in the currency pair. That's important to know and understand, okay? So anyway, you can do it like how I did it here, where I have my Euro USD, Pound USD, USD CAD. They just basically have the United States dollar together, and then I have the Aussies, Australian dollar, Euro AUD, Pound AUD. They have the Australian dollars in common. Now, one of the reasons why this is important is because of correlations, and basically it's like negative correlations and then positive correlations, where if one pair goes up, the other goes down. So where one is like the leader, the others do the opposite of the leader. But that's a whole nother video as well. But what I want us to focus on today is going to be my JPY section, my Japanese yen, where you guys see I have Euro JPY, Pound JPY, USD JPY. Now, once again, just because these are on my watch list does not mean I am trading them. So this is just the creation of a watch list. And you can do your watch list any way. You could do your majors, you can have your minors, you can have all euros, all pounds, all Australian dollars, however you want to. But you still have to pick which ones you're going to focus on based on your trading strategy. Now, mine is called TMP. I trade supply and demand. Everyone trades supply and demand differently, but I base mine on trend, who's in control, the buyers or the sellers. I base mine on how close is price to where I want to trade, which is my estimation zone. That's the type of structure that I trade. Can't get my words out this morning. And then I also base it on, can price give me a trade this week? Not tomorrow, not Tuesday, not every single day, because I am a swing trader, which means I want to hold my trades for more than 24 hours. But I'm basing it on, will I have a trade this week? So if you're a trader, you have to figure that out. How soon will you have a trade? Because that's going to determine if the currency pair gets a color. As you guys can see, I have blue. Sometimes I have red. Sometimes I have orange. Sometimes I have green. And I'll go into those in just a second as well. Let's get into the Euro JPY really quick. We're just going to focus on the yen category. So the yen's trended last week. Okay, they were really, really good to us. All right. So if you watch my previous video on YouTube where I talk about my trading recap for the week, that you guys saw the setups. And this is where price is now. It hit profit. I gave out 3 beautiful trades. I believe it was I gave 3 trades out: Pound JPY, Pound USD, Euro JPY. I gave those out last Wednesday to my trading community, and man, those things just did amazing. Pound JPY was the only one who stopped me out before going my way on one of my accounts, but in my other account, she did really well. It's amazing how when you use different brokers, things can happen. But anyway, so Euro JPY has made a new lower low. So if you guys look here on my right hand side, you guys can see how she is trending very, very well. We took a sell from up here and she ended up pushing down. Beautiful sell once again. But this is a trend. Price trends, when if you can look at your low peaks and high peaks, and this is what I like to teach to my one-on-one clients and my students in the trade on trade on purpose program, then you guys can see that she has lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, lower lows, lower lows, lower lows, lower lows, and her exchange rates just keep decreasing. This is how you know price is in a downtrend. And we don't worry about every little candlestick. We are focused on the full moves, the full swings, because we're wanting to hold these positions until they reach our take profits, right? So now that price has been a new low, we're not concerned about the buying part. We're concerned about, can we continue to sell this? Because when price is in a downtrend, we are the sellers. Okay. And so now I want price to pull back. And this is a part of a cycle. There are three cycles of a trend. You have your trend continuation, you have your retracements, and you have your reversals. In a trend, there's only two cycles. There's trend continuation and there is retracements. There's no reversals with the trends. Trend is only one switcher. Okay, that's just a downtrend to an uptrend or an uptrend to a downtrend. That's it. Okay, and something else I teach in my program. You got to be careful with those two R's, retracements and reversals. But anyway, I do a whole new video on that too. So with this, I want to see if price can stay below our last lower high here on the 4 hour at 128.777. So this week, and you guys can see how close she is to my zone. Like, it doesn't take many candles for price to move. But what you have to be aware of, if price does pull back, will she come into this zone? That's what we want to see, because price can keep going down. That's one thing I teach. Price can do whatever she wants. She can keep going down. It doesn't matter. But if price can pull back to this zone, it will probably take a few days, maybe based on momentum. We don't know. But this is a sell area. And I even have an alert on here as well. As you guys can see, it says alert sell from daily zone. Okay. This is important because I don't want to babysit my chart. I want to live my life this week. I want to go work out. I want to take my daughter to school. I want to wake my son up, take him to school. I want to work on other projects. I want to be in my community, my trading community. I want to coach my one-on-one clients. I don't want to babysit positions. I don't want to sit here and lurk until price is ready to, get to where it needs to go so I can enter. And this is important with your watch list. Please set alerts. And the way you do it is you hover over the price where you want to enter a trade. There's a cross here. You'll click on that cross. You'll add an alert. And you're basically going to tell the alert what you want it to do. Like for me, this is my alert. It's EuroJPY. It's crossing. There's a value here. I want to be notified on the app. I want the pop-up to show on the screen. I want to be sent an email. And I even wanted to send to my phone. So if you have a TradingView app, it can send the alert to your phone. And it may be overkill, but you may be out and about. I may not have my iPad on me to trade from, because I can trade from my iPad as well. And I want to know what I'm supposed to do. So here I have sell from daily zone, sell EuroJPY if price can stay below 128.777, back down to 4 hour lower low. So I'm even telling myself, reminding myself what I need to do if price gets here. This is a part of chart of watch list creation. Make it easy for yourself. Don't stock your charts. Okay. So this is one that's going on my watch list for potential sale for trend continuation. The next one is going to be pound JPY. So we did sell from here last week on this first candlestick. Price did go up a little bit above us. This wick literally took me out by like 2 pips on one of my accounts. But in my other account, maybe because of the spread or whatever, it kept me in and I was able to ride this thing down. But you guys can see she's made a new lower low right here on the 4 hour time frame. So she's looking like EuroJPY, right? And this is why these two get colors, because for one, they have a potential setup for the week, a potential sale if price can pull back. Now, like I said earlier, if price keeps decreasing, I won't have a trade. I don't worry about it. I also have an alert on here as well. As you guys can see, sell daily easy zone. That's just estimation zone. I should just put easy. But yeah, so anyway, so this one is also going to tell me what to do as well. And I have sell if price can stay below 155.226, back down to 4 hour lower low. And all of this is based on just two time frames, my daily and my 4 hour. Because once again, I don't want, and this is a question I get a lot. Why don't you drop down lower? There are times when I drop down lower, but I also know me. Number one, more candlesticks make me anxious, right? I mean, I've used to be a scalper. I used to be a day trader. I did not like the lifestyle. I didn't like feeling like I had to come back to these charts every single day to look at the inner workings of price going in and out, in and out. I see better on this 4 hour time frame. I don't mind holding my trades for more than 24 hours. I really think you have to niche down in this market. You're either a scalper or a day trader, or you're a day trader and or a swing trader, or you can be one or the other, or you can be all. But there are times when my swing setups will hit within 24 hours, which is fine. Like this setup here, this was the first trade, was the second, and the first take profit hit May 4th. So it hit, within 24 to 48 hours, which was a really, really good trade. And so, there are times when some of the 4 hour setups will go really quick, which is why we trade the 4 hour time frame. We don't have to wait for me and my group. We don't have to wait as long for profits to be given, as long as there's no consolidation, right? But consolidation can happen to anybody on any given time frame. But we prefer to trade this because most of us work. We lead busy lives. We have children. Some vacation a lot, some work a lot, and so we want to trade time frames that allow us to breathe, that won't leave us, leaving one 9 to 5 to come to trading as another 9 to 5. That's not what we want to do. That's not the type of people that I teach. I want to teach people who want to breathe through their positions and see what they're actually doing and not be overwhelmed or get anxious, okay? Trading is already hard. Like we don't want to put extra stressors on ourselves. So this is why the daily and 4 hour combination work well. But let's talk about one pair out of the yens that you guys can, if you've noticed, it's not flagged. And that is USDJPY. So if we go here, I'm gonna go to my daily time frame really quick. This thing is technically still pushing up. So if you guys look at my price label tools, we have 115.684, 114.147, 116.341, and she just keeps hitting my estimation zone like so multiple times. And this is where, as a trader, we have to say, okay, when something is trending, because this thing is still trending, but at the same time she's consolidating, she's pushing up down up down up down between 116.341 and 114.147. And so for me, I'm deciding, if I want to stay out of this trade or not. And for me, I was in a buy on this pair. I just took profits because I'm like, I really don't know what she wants to do. I entered the trade on this first bullish candlestick right here. She's been consolidating for a while. I took my profits out of the market. I thank God because price tanked again after that. And so I just want to see what she's going to do. So now, instead of me trading this on the 4 hour time frame, I'm going to have to watch UJ on the daily time frame. Only because if I want to take another position, I want a bigger confirmation than what the 4 hour can give me. And so I'm going to wait and watch this to see how price closes tomorrow and Tuesday. And I'm saying both because if she closes bearish tomorrow, but it's still above 114.147, she's still bullish. But if she closes as a bullish candlestick, this could be the buyers pushing back into the market saying, yeah, we're going to go up again. And this is all because of what's going on with the war. So, with the yens, Australian dollars, and the New Zealand pairs, just be careful with those three currency pairs, because I just noticed that war affects those pairs. And this is my first time trading in a war. But I've noticed that war and like crazy, crazy fundamentals that have anything to do with a rumor of war, for some reason, it affects those three currency pairs like crazy. But this is how I create my watch list, right? I first look for trends. I want a clear sign of a clear trend, no consolidation, no confusion. So when I get those, let's say like Euro JPY and Pound JPY, my eyes are focused on those. Then I'm focused on, can they give me a setup this week? And yes, it probably won't take price that long unless there's consolidation to reach back up to my estimation zone as price pulls back. And then I'm focused on, well, let me set an alert because I do not want to babysit these pairs. And so I'm going to set my alert. I know where I want to take profit. I know where I want to enter my trade. I know what price I don't want price to pass, because it's also in my message. And then I go from there. So if you're interested in learning a setup just like this, and even how to use Fibonacci, how to understand supply and demand and connect with your price chart, You guys, make sure you join the Trade on Purpose community, because we also have a trading community on TradingView where we share our charts, where you get help from me, and where I share my analysis as well with you based on other currency pairs as well. So have a safe trading week. Happy trading week. Talk to you guys later. You guys go be blessed.